night, lovely people. Good night, man. Good night. Welcome once again to a Sports Frenzy podcast. And tonight, we're giving you a different flavor, a different vibe. Something that I know that you guys are interested in seeing, and something that Dima was the first one who brought it on this podcast. But hear what? Tonight is said to be interesting. And first up, I'm just going to introduce the contestants for tonight EPL draft show. So first up, as I can see, the man himself that is currently speaking, Levon who won the vote off. I'll go first. I see a next man up there that calls himself the GM, the voice, and all these fancy names that he wants to give himself. And as you can see, he's just for the occasion, talking about
Yes,
Kems.
sir.
Good night, sir. But sadly for Kems, he shall be picking last in the first round. Um, the next man in line is another man that seems like his mom decided that he's going to dress him for church. And I'm talking about Bieber. Good night, sir.
Good
Welcome.
night. Good night. Big up everybody in the comment section. Good night.
And then we have a man that they refer to as the parliamentarian, politician, and all those names. I'm talking about Ryan. He shall be picking fourth. And then the man that calls himself the rabbit, the gardener, and all those fancy names as well. Talking about shakes. He shall be picking second. So without further ado, thanks for joining, guys. And I'll just kick it off. With the first pick in the first round of our EPL draft, Levon there hereby select a man that plays for a team that is in second in EPL, Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yo. This
So my first pick will be Trent Alexander-Arnold.
is
So Trent is off the books already. And remember,
All right,
guys,
so my first pick is already.
nobody cannot pick that player. And also, once you mention a name, you cannot go back from it. So Trent is my first pick.
take off this. You know what that sense.
All right. Next up, Shakes. Go ahead with your first pick of the first round.
Good night, everyone. I'm going to go with Bernardo Silva.
Wow. All right.
Who?
Emo.
Who himself?
Bernardo.
Bernard.
Good
Okay.
pick.
And it. All right. Anyway, for my for my first pick on the Sports Frenzy EPL draft for this season, going with the best player in the league so far. I know a lot of people have to cross off this name off the list right now, but one Mohamed Salah.
Okay. Ryan. Next up is you. Who will be your first pick in this round?
All right. Good night, Sports Frenzy. So my first pick is Joe Cancelo.
Oh, damn. All right. So the man with the final pick in the first round, Sir Kems. Go ahead and give us your pick.
All right, with my first pick in the first round of the Sports Frenzy EPL draft, I am going to go with the man who is known as the engine. Once that man is on your team, you don't have to worry about anything because that man will run up and down, round and round. I'm talking no other than the man of the match today, N'Golo Kante.
Okay. So you're what? We're just going to move along, and I'm just going to get the second round kick in once again, but we're going to reverse the order this time since as I picked in the first round. This time, Demo has the chance to go first. So Demo, go ahead.
All right. So with my second pick in the EPL draft, I got my one of my forwards sorted out. I'm going with I'm gonna start out my defense a little bit. And I'm going to go with Virgil van Dijk in defense.
Okay. Next up, since as he was the one that picked last in that first round, Kems, you'll get a chance to go second this time.
All right, so I'm picking a team that you know you're gonna have to outscore us to win. Um, so with the second pick, with the second pick in the second round of the Sports Frenzy draft, I am going to go ahead and pick Kevin De Bruyne.
Big pick. And then we have Ryan to go next. Who is your second pick?
Came Stone up pick a while ago.
I'll be a cross off.
You're crossing,
I
man.
tell you. All right. It's nice that we're picking experienced players and so forth, but I kind of want my team to be a young, attacking, running, fluid team. So I am going to bite the bullet and pick Bukayo Saka.
Repeat.
Saka?
Okay. Shakes, your time to go ahead.
I'm going to go with Raheem Sterling.
All right. And with the final pick of this round, as Demo mentioned, he went for his forward line. Well, I'm building my defense. So look no further than right over by Etihad. Give me Ruben Diaz as my central defender. All right, so move on. I will move to the third round, and this time around, I'm going to start with Shakes. So Shakes in the third round, you're first up.
I'm going to go with Declan Rice.
Wow. Okay. All right. Next up, I'm going to go with Demo this time around.
All right, so I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, by the way, just so people know. So I'm looking now. I have a forward and a defender. I'm going to go into the midfield right now. And the man that people love to hate, think he's having an
Fabinho.
outstanding season. Brothers, make me pick. When I mute them, mic, brother. Sure. Having a fantastic season. He got injured, but his quality is undeniable. The man from Manchester United. I'm going with Paul Pogba.
Okay.
Oh my God, you can't be freaking serious.
And you know what? I'll be up next. And since you guys have been going in your midfield, I mean, this man, sometimes he's inconsistent, and I wish he could do better with the football. But I have to go with the Portuguese, Bruno Fernandez, as my midfield pick. So I'm
Good.
going. Next up, Ryan, shoot.
I am going midfield as well, so I want somebody who can play defensive midfield and also can move the play around. So I am going to go with Roger.
Okay. And
Big pick.
Gems.
Yes, sir. Man, I wanted to pair Pogba and Kante so bad. Jesus.
With De
All right.
Bruyne.
Oh man. All right. With my I haven't picked an Aston Villa guy yet. With my third pick in the Sports Frenzy EPL draft. Hold on, I just have a question. If the player is injured, that we still can pick him, right? Like if he's injured, no, we still can pick him.
Yeah, but as
All
long
right.
as he played.
Okay, I'm going to go with this guy. He was on superb form, and I know the team that I'm trying to construct. I know this guy is going to be great for my team, and he's none other than Ben Chilwell.
Okay. And I'm
A
going
good
to stick.
pick.
I'm going to
Yeah,
stick with.
good.
I'm going to stick with you, Kems, in this round because we're not going to kick off the fourth round, and you're going to go first this time around. So with your fourth pick, go ahead.
With my fourth pick, I see everybody picking a striker, but I want a point striker. I want somebody who's going to hold up the ball and bring the other team in play. So with my fourth pick, I'm going no other than Harry Kane.
Can we start over?
man.
Can we
Damn.
start over?
Brother, the man not even rate Harry Kane.
Damn.
Rate
Damn,
him
bro.
tonight. Rate him tonight.
Boy. All right. Shakes, you're next.
I'm gonna go with Reece James.
Big pick.
Who?
Good pick.
Who him
Reece.
say?
Reece
Reece.
James.
Okay.
All right. Boy, it's getting tougher and tougher and tougher.
Hey,
Ryan.
Levon, I have a question. Who are the pick for your third pick again?
Bruno.
Bruno. Okay.
Ryan.
All right. So I pick a right back who can play left back. But if there's the best left back is available, why not pick him? I'm going Andy Robert.
Nice pick. Who you the pick for your third pick, Ryan?
Roger.
Roger.
All right, and I believe Demo, you go already.
No, I might turn
No,
no.
Demon not go yet.
So Levon, as the host, just run through the teams them again so far, no please. Maybe just hear everybody team so far.
The producer is the only one that's keeping them, man. So, all
My
right.
own is Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, Declan Rice, Reece James.
All right.
Kim's own is Kante, with Harry Kane. I don't remember him other two.
May have Kante, De
Oh,
Bruyne, Chilwell, Harry Kane.
Oh, Chilwell. And Ryan, you have which four?
Robertson, Cancelo, Rodri, and Saka.
Jesus Christ, man, them side. All right. So with my fourth pick, I have a wing forward already. I'm going to pick my striker right now since Harry Kane is out. So the man to lead the line in my 4-2-3-1 formation is a man that nobody expected, playing for a relegated and threatened Watford team. I'm going with Dennis to lead my line.
Okay.
Very good pick. Very good pick.
And I guess I'm the last one in this round. So here what? A man that has been having a superb season. And I know that a lot of people might frown upon this pick, but sometimes I have to just get the wild card out of the way, I have to look no further than Southampton, and I have to go with Mohamed Salisu. So Salisu is my fourth pick. Now this time for the fifth round, I'm going to start with Ryan. So Ryan, go ahead with your first pick.
All right. So for my first pick in this round, I like fluid players who can play across the pitch, who can create, who can score, and all of those things. So there is this one young player from Manchester City who can do basically everything. So I'm going with Phil Foden.
Okay, nice pick.
Okay. Since as we went there, this is a man that I really like, and he has been finally getting to grips with the Premier League. And I'm going to go back over to Manchester, and I cannot leave out my player, Jadon Sancho. So Sancho will be my pick in this round. Kims, go ahead.
All right. I don't have nobody on my back line yet. So I mean in my central defense. So I'm going to go with this guy is on the team that definitely I think right now they concede the least amount of goals in the league. So for my central defense, I'm going to go with Connor Cody.
Okay. Shakes.
Give me 5 seconds, please.
Don't forfeit your pick in a box.
No. All right. I'm gonna go with Yuri Tillemans.
Okay. And the final pick, I believe that's you, Demo.
Yeah. All right. People, I just wanted to hear listen to my side so far. I have Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk in defense, Paul Pogba in my midfield, with a Dennis leading the line so far. So just to add to that, to partner Van Dijk in defense, I'm going with another Wolves player. I think Kem chose the wrong one when he went for Connor Cody. So he left Kilman on the table. And I'm definitely going with Matt Kilman having an extraordinary season for Wolves. Yeah, I'm going with Kilman to partner Virgil van Dijk. I wanted to go Matip, but it go.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with Shakes this time around. Shakes, with your first pick in the sixth round, what are you going with?
Jared Bowen.
Wow. All right.
Who's that?
Ryan, Jared Bowen.
Who is that? Who shakes them? Who?
Jared Bowen.
Oh, Bowen. Okay, so since everybody taking all of the good central defenders, it seems to have to go before they all finish. So this man is supposed, speaking about finish, this man is supposed, at his age, supposed to have been finished already. But he's been in impeccable form over the last, since he came to Chelsea. So I'm going Thiago Silva.
Big pick that.
Okay. And since as next up, everybody beating around the bush, and I mean, there's a lot of goalkeepers out there that are performing well. But again, I'm just going to go over by Manchester with the meanest defense in the league, and I'm going to take Edison as my goalkeeper. Now, I'm going to go Kims with his pick. So, Kims, go ahead.
It's a big one. It's a big one for me. I'm going to go with, since you already you jump for the goalkeeper, you might as well jump for one too. A lot of persons. Let me go with. I think he's one of the best keepers in the league right now, and I'm going to go with Ose Sa from Wolves.
Big pick.
Big pick.
All right, Demo.
Yeah, I mean, I can save my goalkeeper. So while he's still on the table, I have Salah playing right side. Then he's leading the line. So I'm going to go on my left side. And while his stats might not back it up, I like my team to have a team with a little bit of flair. One of the main mans for Newcastle, I'm definitely going to add Saint Maximin to my team. I think that he'll bring a lot of. He leads the league in dribbles by country miles and taking on players. So I definitely want Saint Max in my team to play over there on that side. So Saint Max for me.
Okay. And I'm going to start with you in this round now again, Demo. This is what? The 7th round. So who are you going with as your 7th pick?
All right. So now I can pick my goalkeeper. And I'm going to go with Alisson.
As expected.
Not better.
All right. Next up, I'm just going to go with Ryan.
All right. So let me just finish my forward line. So I am going to go with Diego Jota.
Just a big pick.
Damn, man. Kems, you're up next.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you picked me because I'm going right now. I have Harry Kane up top. And one thing I know about football, familiarity beats everything. So I'm going with the gunman. And when we talk about the gunman, we talk about Son. Can't pronounce his first name, so I'm just going to say Son.
All right, and I'm just going to go next before Shakes. And since as I have my center backs and I basically have my defense sorted out, I need someone that can cover my back line. And I mean, can just jump out the block and pick Kante. So what better way than to look crossover by Hanfield again and take Fabinho as my central defensive mid? Shakes, go ahead with the final pick in this round.
David De Gea, the best keeper in the league.
Okay. I'm going to start off the next round. And for this selection, it's a tough one. But I like a midfielder who scores goals as well. And this will be the player to complete my midfield. And he has been the ticking bomb of a Chelsea side. Whenever that man doesn't play, Chelsea don't look good. And I'm just going to go for Mason Mount. Mason Mount will be my pick as my third midfielder. And I'm going to start with Shakes this time around in this round to get his second pick. So Shakes, go ahead.
I'm actually going to go with a Wolves player, Aït-Nouri.
Bro. All right, Ryan, you're next.
Who him go for? What the name?
No, Aït-Nouri.
Okay.
All right, there was a bit of noise where I was a while ago, so I never get to hear Shakes pick. Who was it?
Went for Aït-Nouri.
Who?
Ryan Aït-Nouri.
How him again?
Who's left?
Somebody from Wolves. Yeah, all right. So you, Levan, you picked a Chelsea midfielder who scores goals. I'm also going to pick a Chelsea midfielder who scores goals, except he's not at Chelsea. So I'm going to go for Conor Gallagher.
Good pick. All right. Demo, go ahead.
All right, so I think I need to try and complete my midfield, and I want a number 10 right now. Obviously, the great man KDD is gone, and so I'm going to pick the guy who actually has the most through passes this season as a number, as a number 10 for my team, and I'm going to pick the Aston Villa man Buendia to play my number 10.
Okay. Kems, go ahead.
All right, so I need somebody. I need another strong person in my midfield right beside Kante. Because I want to have that rock solid. In front of my back four. And who else am I going to go to other than the man who said that he is the best central midfielder in the world right now in the EPL? He said that, and is no other than Mr. Bissouma.
Okay. And I believe I'm next to start off this round. And for this pick, I'm going to go with
Hold on,
another.
boss. Hold on. You start off last round, boss.
Ready?
Yeah, you started off
All
with
right. All right.
Mount.
Kems, go ahead.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, boss. All right, so for me, definitely have a left back in Ben Chilwell. Obviously, I've kind of coded around there, so I think I need a right back, and I must pick an Aston Villa player. So I'm going no other than Matty Cash.
All right. Ryan, you're next.
All right, so I need to complete my midfield. So I am going to go with the silky ilky Gundogan, the silky passing, silky player, big baller.
Okay.
Try to
Shakes.
convince yourself.
Huh?
Shakes time, man.
Shakes, you're next.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Joel Matip.
Okay.
Which is the Werner?
Matip.
Brother, fix your mic and fix your sound wherever you are.
All right, and I'm going to go next, and my pick is Riyad Mahrez on the other wing. So completed my wingers. No, Demo, the final pick in this round.
All right, so to complete my pivot, with Paul P, a man who I want to be playing beside him to do that dirty work, to be that that enforcer, that hard man that give you that that roughness and them teeth in this day. I'm going to go to Tottenham. I'm picking Højbjerg to partner Paul Pogba in midfield to add that steal that every team needs.
Good pick.
And I'm going to start with you in this 10th round, Demo, and you can go ahead and make your 10th pick.
Isn't it the 9?
No, I'm on a 10.
Oh, it's 10. Oh, sorry.
10,
Hey,
10,
who you
10
pick?
for me.
Demo, who you pick?
Yeah.
Højbjerg from Tottenham. All right, so
who you pick, Levon?
Mars.
Mahrez. Oh, shoot. All
right. So for my 10th pick, have to complete my back line. I have right back and left back leave, and so I have to go all the way over to Arsenal, and a man who came in and is slightly going under the radar a bit. I'm going Tamayasu to play right back. A lot of solidity from him. Not the best going forward, but I like him from the Arsenal team, so I'm going Tamayasu.
All right. Kems, go ahead.
All right. I am the person that you summon. All right. So I'm looking a bit more flair for me because I have Harry Kane up top. Obviously, I have Kevin De Bruyne right there in the 10. I have Son over on my right, so I'm looking somebody on my left. Who on my left can go out there and take on players and make the job easier for Harry Kane in there. And I'm going no other than the Brighton man, Trossard.
Very decent.
All right, and then since I have my backline started out except left back, I'm going to go with a man that is underrated. Demo came on here the other night and spoke about him at bits, and I have to go with Aaron Creswell from West Ham as my left back.
Big pick.
Um,
Big pick.
Next up, Shakes.
Um, I'm gonna go with Craig Dawson.
Repeat.
Craig Dawson.
I didn't get that.
Craig Dawson.
Okay. Ryan, go ahead.
All right, so I need to get my goalie in place. So I'm going to. It's very close between the young man from the most improved goalie in the league who gone to Arsenal and this one and the best goalie in the world right now who win everything. So I am going to go with Mendy.
All right, and for the final round, I'm going to start with you, Ryan, this time. So, Ryan, kick it off.
All right, final round. So I need to complete my back line. So based on that, I need another experienced defender to partner Thiago Silva. So I'm going for Emerick Laporte.
Big pick. Nice
All right.
pick.
I think I'm going to go next. And what I need is a striker. And boy, this boy has been playing very good this season. And I can't look no further than just go over to Southampton and choose Armando Broja. So Broja will be my final pick as my striker. And then I'm going to get the pick of Demo.
All right, so to complete the EPL draft team for me, in a 4-2-3-1 formation, I only need a left back, and the guys pick all of the best ones going forward. I'd leverage just people pick, but I always have backup, and it's the man who has been backup for Andy Robertson this season. Whenever he has played, he has always done well. I'm going for Kostas Tsimikas to play left back in my team.
Good pick. Kems, your next.
Yes. All right. So I need another centre back. I'm looking, and this guy has been stellar all season. Has been a staple around there in the defense. German international. So I'm going for Mr. Rudiger.
Okay. And Shakes with the final pick of the draft. Go ahead.
I guess everybody is waiting for me to say CR7. However, I'm going to pick
Not hearing
that.
the Shakes.
I'm picking Sadio Mane.
Okay.
Mane, brother, that even beat it, Mane. All right.
So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to
Yep.
go over back through our teams for the people that have been tuning in late to actually get the players that we pick, and we're going to name our formation. And if we want to go ahead and name a coach, we can also do that. So I'm just going to go ahead. So first up, I'm going with a 4-3-3 formation. And of
Okay.
course, I'm going to go with the best coach in the league, Mr. Pep Guardiola. So my team is Edison as goalkeeper, Trent as my right back, Ruben Diaz first choice centre back, Mohamed Salisu, the man to do the dirty work to clean up for whatever Diaz does. And then I'm going to have Creswell as my left back. I mean, he gives me a bit of both solid defensively and also decent going forward. Central defensive mid, that is Fabinho. That man does all the dirty work for Liverpool, cleans up, and guess what? This man also chips in with goals. So good pick right there. Mason Mount, another man that this is man is a ticking time bomb of Chelsea. Whenever this man plays good, Chelsea plays good. Whenever he doesn't, Chelsea looks flat. So Mason Mount is on my next pick. The next man that I'm going to go with is a man that sometimes I really want him to keep the football simple. But guess what? Even though he doesn't, he still gives me those goals and those assists. And I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandez. My forward line now. On the right hand side, I'm going to have Riyad Mahrez. On the left hand side, I'm going to have Jadon Sancho. As my striker, I'm going to have Armando Broja. What I'll say is that Sancho can come over on that right hand side sometimes and create a havoc with Trent as he did with Hakimi while they were in Dortmund. So anything can play right there. So that is my 11, and I'm going to post it in the comment section so you guys can see it.
I live with it shaky. That's shaky. But carry on. Broja and Sancho, no, I don't make it.
That's your opinion, and your opinion doesn't matter. Leave it to the voters. Um, Next up, the man who picked second in the draft, and that was Shakes. Go ahead with your 11 and your formation.
All right, so my formation is a 4-2-3-1. Of course, it's easy. Bruno Lad at Wolverhampton, right? He's been excellent all season. So in goal we have David De Gea. At right back we have Reece James. At left back I ain't Nori. At the mid centre backs Matic and Dawson. Central midfielders Declan Rice and Ray Tillemans. Um, Up top we have Jared Bowen on the right, Raheem Sterling on the left, Bernardo Silva as the attacking mid, and Sadio Mane as the forward.
Okay.
That
Next up,
word shaky.
Demo. Go ahead with your
All
best.
right, guys. All right, guys. So just listen
Shake.
up.
So
First,
the people are complaining that they're not hearing it clearly.
yeah, Mike Mufu.
Hold on, let me switch out.
All right, guys. So listen to this team, and obviously this team will be coached by the great Jurgen Klopp. So in goal, we have the man who recently got an assist. That's 2 assists in the league for Alisson. Remember, this man pulls off miraculous saves for Liverpool time and time again. Last man, sweeper, keeper. He does everything. So Alisson is in goal. At right back, we have the Arsenal man. Tomiyasu came in the league. People thought that he would struggle. Very solid defensively. Obviously, we don't have Trent Alexander-Arnold, so we'll go for the defensive man and the man who can put in crosses when ready. But to put that rock at the back that you need, that partnership. Max Killman, who is having an extraordinary season for Wolves, who not even concede 20 goals as yet as a team. He's right up there as one of the top defenders in the league right now. He partners Virgil van Dijk. And what more can you ask? So nobody's going to break that team down, especially not Broja and Sancho. Zine? So then with Van Dijk and Killman, at left back we have Simicas, who plays backup to Robertson, obviously can't get in game, but whenever he plays, he's extraordinary. Right above them in that pivot, because I'm playing a 4-2-3-1, you have the man, the myth, the legend, who is Paul Pogba. Like, people don't like him and him style and him hairstyle and all of this, but you can't deny the man talent. He's going to spray the passes, dictate the play, pile man if he need to, and do all of that stuff. And right beside him is Højbjerg. He breaks up all the plays, does that dirty work. If we need for waste time and you kick him down, he might go buy the time and frustrate the opponent. That's what he does. Højbjerg is there to do the dirty work for me. So Pogba, Højbjerg as a pivot. Right above them, a Aston Villa man who can do no wrong when he plays. Short, low center of gravity, and he plays those. He's leading the league actually in through passes. So that's my number 10 in that 4-2-3-1. And then right on either side, what you need a man that does tricks. When you want tricks, we call for St. Max. He is head and shoulders above every single person in the league in terms of dribbles and take on, and nobody can come close to him. He pops up with goals, he pops up with assists. You don't need to explain nothing else. St. Max is
How much goal and assist?
And no, that's what I'm saying. He's not there for goals and assists. His creativity comes from his trickery and his dribbles and bringing people in play. On the other side, Salah, no explanation needed. Like, I'm not saying about Salah. And just to lead my line in that 4-2-3-1 is the man that is having a breakthrough season, Emmanuel Dennis. Also a bag of tricks and has been awesome this season. You can't beat that team, and he will walk through any back line. Dawson and whoever the man you pick, them can't stop my forward line. So that team should be your winners going
And I
forward.
guarantee that he
Winning
won't win.
team.
All,
So guys,
all Demo does is talk.
my
His team
when we
won't win.
finish now, I'm almost done. So guys, when you see the team print out,
Don't
please
vote
go
for
and
Demo.
vote for that team. It is a solid
Nobody
team, and
will
nobody can
vote
beat.
for you. You're going to
All right?
campaign. I'm going to campaign against you that you don't win it. Trust me. But Shake, the people never heard your team, so you can go ahead and name it up.
They're hearing now. You guys hearing better?
Perfect.
All right. Yeah. Switch over the internet. Big up flow. My goalkeeper. Oh, sorry, I forgot. My coach, Bruno Lag from Wolverhampton. Right, most impressive coach thus far in the Premier League this season. In goal, we have the best keeper in the league in David De Gea. Bimo talking about his team scoring goals, well, guess what? I have the keeper to prevent the goals. At right back, we have Reece James. At left back, I knew an exciting young prospect. Centre backs, Joel Matip and Craig Dawson. Dima was saying Craig Dawson too old, but guess what? It's not age, do the thing, it's experience. In central midfield, I have Declan Rice along with Yuri Tillman, so they will protect my backline. Up top, I have Jared Bowen on the right, Raheem Sterling on the left, Bernardo Silva as the attacking mid, and of course, we have, you guys pick practically the best forwards in the league, so I had to go with Sadio Mane.
Sadio!
And that's exactly what reached me shakes that I ended up picking Bowen because somebody just told Kane. I had Kane right up my season.
Yeah. I had Kane at one point, and then you gave Kims that pick to go again, and he was like, "Oh, let me take Hyun Min's song." I was like, "What?"
All right, Ryan.
Oh, yeah,
name a team.
All right, so my coach is Thomas Tuchel, obviously. Goalkeeper, the Imperious Mendy. Right back, left back, Andy Robertson. My centre backs, the most solid on paper right now, out of the draft, Thiago Silva and Emerick Laporte. Joe Cancelo will be bombing up and down and taking shots off the goal and all of them, something there. In my midfield, I have the guy to tick things around, to keep everything solid and all of that, Rodri. Beside him, I have Gundogan, who can go forward and get goals and who can come back and bust lace. Same thing with Conor Gallagher. He will go forward, he'll get his goals, and he can come back and put in a tackle. My front line now is, by the way, my formation is 4-3-3. My front line is a fluid front line. So on the left, Phil Foden. On the right, Bukayo Saka. I hear people laugh when they pick Saka, but people need to look at Saka numbers, and it's not a laughing matter if you really look at him numbers. So, fans, when you're looking to see who have the best team, look at Saka and look at him numbers, and you will be like, oh, I never know sir, him numbers that good. And also look at Jota numbers as a striker. So that's my front line: Foden, Jota, and Saka.
Who? Foden, Jota, boy, the front line, they look a bit young and inexperienced.
Jota, and Saka.
Going up against those experienced defenders around there, boss.
Ryan, one thing about your forward line is that they are very short.
Yeah, and that is not the problem. They are fluid. They move the ball around.
All
right. Before I go to your Kims, Demo, could you repeat back your midfield?
Okay, so yeah, it's a midfield of a pivot of Paul Pogba with Højbjerg, and then my number 10 is Buendia.
And give me your forward line. Otherwise, I'm St. Max.
Salah and Emmanuel Dennis.
All right. Kims, you can go ahead and name your team.
All right, so I'm going to surprise you guys because, I come on here and I beat this coach, but, I've been corrected that this coach don't have the requisite funds in order to get the job done. But on this particular draft, guess what? We have all the funds available, all the great players available. So if this coach is able to do it with such a limited budget, imagine with these world-class players what this coach will be able to do playing attacking football.
Kims, don't say it.
I'm going with my coach will be Graham Potter.
Big pick.
I thought it was going to be Conte. I swear it was going to be Conte.
Ole.
No, man, I said it to them.
But Kims, on the last show that you were on, which was yesterday, I heard you beating Graham Potter.
But you don't hear the man that said one of those shakes. Man said the man have all the money in the world.
The man have all the money in the world right now. You see De Bruyne, Harry Kane, son. This is going to be some great football playing right now. If not, I don't Marpe. This is not Marpe striking, boss.
So how do you mark him down? How do you mark him down when you're on the other show? How do you mark him down with the inferior talent?
Ask me too much questions for my
No,
picks,
man, never
boss.
drop that in, man. You're there in a jacket, so you're at the press conference. So I want to see if you're like Ralph.
Mr.
All right.
President.
So let me tell you my side. Obviously, for my goalkeeper, I'm going with Jose Sa. Definitely. The Wolves have only conceded 18 goals, and I think he has a huge part to do with it. I don't know if you guys watch the last game. That guy made some brilliant saves, and if you guys don't know him, while you guys are selecting who are the best squad, just YouTube him real quick and look at the brilliant saves that this guy made. And then what I realized, if you notice anything about football, again, I said it, familiarity is great. And I wanted a central defender who is familiar with the keeper, right? So that's why I went for Connor Cody, right? And I think Connor Cody, obviously, he's probably not the best Wolves defender, but I think he's really solid. And when I tell you, say I want a defender who is willing to put his teeth, in order to stop it from scoring, Connor Cody is that guy. And who else can I match him up with other than Rudiger? Right, Rudiger, extremely physical defender, and a defender that can also dribble out from the back and get it into the midfield. So I think this pairing I think is absolutely sensational. And then when you look on my left back and my right back, obviously I'm going with Ben Chilwell, right? And anybody know Ben Chilwell is Rudiger. Rudiger know him. Rudiger know exactly where he wants the ball. Rudiger knows when Ben Chilwell makes a run, I'll go ahead and cover up for him. Before Ben Chilwell got hurt, it is arguably the best left back in the league. Arguably, right? He was playing at a very, very high level, and I could never leave him out my side. And obviously on the right side, I had to pick an Aston Villa player. And Matty Cash right now is a top 5 right back in the league. Steven Gerrard is very
You call him
impressive.
by him right name now, sir.
Huh?
The guy went to Poland and got a new name.
Matthew.
Matthews.
But if you watch the game against Newcastle, this guy had St. Max in his pocket. St. Max had missed dribbles, turnover possession. So what? When St. Max decided that he wants to come and he see Matty Cash, he's going to have a really hard time, trying to break down a team. And then before my formation is 4-2-3-1. So in my pivots, right? So I'm going with Kante. What can I say about this man? This man is the Energizer Bunny. This man doesn't stop running. This man can't tired. If he play 90 minutes, he can play 90 more minutes right after. And then obviously I'm going to pair him with Bissouma back there. And obviously that's why I have Graham Potter as a coach, because Graham Potter can definitely get the best out of Bissouma. Know where to put him, know his favorite spots in order to get the best out of him. And then I have Son on the right. Obviously, we saw what Son just did to the best defense in the league. He tore them absolutely apart. So all those persons who have Laporte and all that, we saw what Son did to them. So it's going to be a reminder of that. And then obviously, I think we have the best attacking midfielder in Kevin De Bruyne. That man can turn water into wine. That man. And then having an attacking coach like a Graham Potter will definitely be playing some wonderful, wonderful football. And then on the left, Levon, at times, you have a defender who is weak on the right, so you switch him over to the left. But guess what? You can't do that with my team, because when you come on the left, you're going to buck up on Trossard. And that man, and I know Dimo tell me about, the take on for St. Max. But if you look how Trossard played the football, he is a nightmare for every single defender. Every single right back, he is a nightmare for him. And then obviously, who else am I going to pick up top? Up top to strike and put in the goals. No other than Mr. Harry Kane. Again, we saw him over the weekend, what he did to Manchester City, what he did to the Ruben Diaz's of the world, what he did to, who else going to tell me about Cancelo of the world. So this is my team, this is my 11, and we're coached by Graham Potter.
All right, so Ryan, you know what I want to do? I want to run back to your team. Let's go.
All right, so Mendy, two-class coach, Mendy in goal, Robertson left back.
Hold on, man. I'm typing.
Oh, you're typing. Mendy goal, Robertson left back.
Guy.
Thiago Silva and Laporte centre back. Cancelo right back. Midfield 3. Rodri as the CDM.
Mm-hmm.
Gundogan on the right of the 3. Gallagher on the left of the three.
I remember
Foden on the left, Saka on the right. So we have two left footer up there. Them can switch if them want. And Jota, who wanna tell me to my front line shot, but Jota score a lot of headers. Remember that?
Fox.
Yeah.
All right. And let me go ahead and post Kim. So while in the meantime, producer, you heard all the teams. Which one for you was stood out?
No?
Yeah.
I think that one is very, very easy.
Go ahead.
The one that stood out, or the best team based on what I see so far, is the one that Kim's put together. Kim's has the most top players on that side.
And a brilliant coach to get to get the ball rolling well.
I think that's the easy, by far the best team of all.
If I'm being honest, though, it's a big side. I can't go on that.
Big side.
The worst part about it is that
I don't know how Kim's get away with De Bruyne, Kane, and Kante in one. That's like
robbery, man, brother.
That's robbery.
All right, listen. I jotted down my names. I me knows a personally me mash up the email from the get go with Trent, but you see when I say Shakes come and Shakes with Bernardo. That melt me one because I had Bernardo as my second pick.
Evan, I was planning for Demo trainer. I had Trent as my first pick.
You see what I say? Like people do the draft just to mess up people, brother. I'm a
But of course.
That don't make no sense.
The thing is,
of course, it makes sense. One more flow. Make it get the best pick.
Get away with so many players. Son, Kane, De Bruyne, Kante, Rudiger.
I want
get away with a lot of top players.
But Josh, I think you're looking at the team from former glory, right? Because they're even for Kante. I wouldn't say Kante. Kante is not performing as well as before, right?
Kane have 7 goals this season.
Right? Kane just have a handful of games. And when I say a handful, we mean like 2 fingers on the hand. Right? Hyun-Min Song, the same, right? Because he has been injured. The same thing for Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne has been carried by Man City this season, not the other way around. So you see, yes, he might have the names, but that is back in the day. But we are picking, I believe that we are picking the team based on how persons are performing this season.
No, I agree with Shakes because when I was putting together the names, I was looking at the performance of this season because I thought the draft was primarily based on what happened this season.
Exactly. Yeah, so even for my team, people might look at my team, but if you look at my team, these are people that have performed for the entire season.
Who that?
Sadio Mane.
All
right, so
Rice.
Let me just run back.
Come on, Rice Tielemans. I knew Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva, Jared Bowen.
Let us just meticulously scrutinize all the teams because that's what we're here to do now. We've already gone through all the teams, so let's just do it. So we'll start with the Kim's one. So Kim's has Sa has been superb this season. Brilliant. Big pick that. Cash has been up and down. This match good. Next match, he lives by his name. Cash. Rudiger, I'd say, Rudiger has been having a decent season, to be honest. Good season. And Rudiger is a man that also contributes with goals. If you want goals, this is a man that will turn up and give it as well. So I can give Rudiger. The one that Dima mentioned, Cody, I wouldn't have went Cody if I went to Wolves, just like Dima said. I would have went for Kilman, but good pick either way.
The most interesting thing with Kem's backline is 2 central defenders are used to play in the back 3. So it'll be interesting to see how they coexist.
Yeah, I'm play 4-2-3-1.
Good point again. But
that's why he went for Graham Potter.
But listen, Kim is going to counter you guys and say that I have Kante and Bissouma to protect them. So what's a big deal? So good midfield right there. I mean, Kante hasn't been himself this season, and even Bissouma to an extent hasn't been himself this season.
Let us be honest. I mean, Kante has been injured, right? But let us be honest. When Kante has played the football, just like a game like today. I mean, obviously it's Champions League today, but just like a game like today, Kante obviously was by far the best player on the pitch today, just easily, like it was absolutely no competition. So obviously he has been hurt, but I'm not going to. There's no coach out there going to see Kante on the board and say, well, I'm not going to pick Kante. You know, I think
That's
you
true.
know. So I just think say Kante does have to be in my team. Once he's fit, he's.
But you know that Kante wouldn't be the first pick for most coaches in world football right now because of his injury record.
Bernardo Silva wouldn't be either. That's what you pick, right? So it's all good up to something.
Yeah, but that's an attacking midfielder. That's an attacking midfielder. Versus exactly.
Shakes went for Rice.
I went for Declan Rice.
No, what I'm saying is you're saying that Kante wouldn't be the first pick, and I disagree with you. But I know for damn sure Bernardo Silva wouldn't be the first pick of no coach in the EPL right now. Not the first pick, absolutely not. But I can make a big case for Kante. What Kante does for a football team is something that you definitely need. But I mean, I can critique it all I want for sure. But I'm picking Kante as my guy. I'm rolling, and I want to play.
Remember that nobody team is going to get away, and everybody team is going to be criticized.
Shakes was saying certain things earlier. What I realized with Kim,
Yeah, man.
I give you the best when those players that can stick, right? Whenever they are really in form, just like we see what with Kane last weekend, right? They are actually the best in their position.
All right, so it means that Kems would only win a knockout game. He would not win the EPL season. And we're picking a team for the EPL season, right? So guess what? Most of Kem's people will be injured.
It's just that there's other circumstances around.
Why?
Where the coach had a problem with players.
Yeah. You can't make a hypothetical. Obviously,
it's not a hypothetical.
No. Yes, you are.
Remember, it's a draft for the EPL, Kems. So it's for the season. We did not make a draft for one game.
Absolutely, but what I'm saying is let us not simulate injuries. We are saying that we are saying that the players are fit.
Yeah, that's
fair. Let us not try to simulate injuries. Oh, okay, everybody is fit. And these are what we are.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. And also,
if it was
right?
injuries, we not pick Chilwell. Come on now.
Yeah.
And also, we know that. So we know the main reason why Kane hasn't lived up to the expectation this season, and it was down to the move.
That sounds like a Kane business. We pick up a what?
Exactly.
There's nothing getting from
him. Say Kane has been the best striker in the league. That him say?
When right now?
He's a top striker.
When right now, current form.
No, on paper, he is the best striker in the league, but this season he hasn't been.
Is he the best current striker in the league?
So you see, that's what I don't like. A player who has played nonsense for the entire season. If you really have to wonder whether or not. I remember Kems himself, and it's a good thing that when I'm in the comment section, I listen and pay attention. Kems said, "Oh, let me see if this ball actually find the rubber under his shoe, or is he still playing with turf on his foot?" You did. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
Come on, man. Shakes, I bet you $1 million I didn't say that. Find that comment. Find that.
That was about Kane.
That was about Kane.
I don't even talk like that.
Yes, you mentioned about the turf.
Absolutely.
And also the next thing, every season Kane always come on in the last end of the season. With goals. Always.
Yeah, but we're working with them dudes so far.
Again, I'm saying, as a forward, I'm taking Kane over Mane right now. As a goal scorer, I'm taking Kane over Mane right now. So, but again, dissect the side. Well, dissect the side. No problem.
Because everybody's going to be criticized.
Go ahead, dissect the side.
So, De Bruyne. I wouldn't really have went for him because again he hasn't been living up to standard. Once that one is on point.
My only criticism of De Bruyne is that they're playing him as a number 10, and De Bruyne doesn't play a number 10.
And I wouldn't also pick him because this man now got turned up in the big games for me, so I don't want De Bruyne for that reason.
Correct.
Son, I can say that when Son is in form, good player. Trossard will dribble and lose.
And then kick it over the bar.
That's Trossard. So I'm not going to go with Trossard.
He's dribble, and then get it over there to Harry Kane, and Harry Kane gets the job done.
Over the bar.
I think probably Trossard are the weak link though. If we go for everybody fit and stuff, Trossard are probably the only.
Kane,
maybe Cash and Cody, but Trossard.
Kano, as I said, I had him written down, and I would have went for him as well because of what he gives me. So good pick as well. Overall,
can I just ask one question, Kems? Where was Kane on your list again? Tell me which pick was he for you? Fourth. It therefore means that all of us never really think anything of Harry Kane because he was so far down on the list. That's a simple point.
Okay, well, someone picked Saka before Kane, so hey, guess what? I guess.
Man, wilding, man. But let's go. All right, we'll move on to ranking.
Saka have more goals than Kane this season and more assists. Okay.
All right, so
Kim just pick up a name, man.
All right, so Ryan team now. Everybody cool with Kim's team?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, a solid 7.
All right, here's Ryan now. Anybody want to start breaking it down? I'll just give one man. So one man to start and we'll chime in. Anybody?
Ryan front three is weak.
Anybody want to take that?
Yeah, that's it for me. To the front three, it kind of too weak for me. I mean,
Ryan, what kind of formation you use?
4-3-3.
All right. 4-3.
Backline excellent though, man.
Yes, excellent backline.
Except Laporte.
I think it's probably he has the best.
Except Laporte.
Laporte
is a weak link.
But you could say Thiago Silva is going to carry Laporte.
Yeah.
I don't see Laporte as a weak. Laporte has been good this season.
I don't say Laporte is the weak link either, but it is what it is.
I think Ryan has the best backline here.
Yeah, and him have the City midfield, Rodri and Gundogan, and Gallagher, who has been outstanding. I think in midfield strong as well.
I think
Gundogan has fallen.
The front line, boy, mess it up for me.
No, I can't explain the front line enough. The thing with it, I want a fluid front line. I don't want a static front line based on my midfield. So I want a front line that can move around. You see how the midfield fluid? That's how I want my front line to be as fluid as the midfield, if not more. So that was the reason.
I think every team should have a world-class person up top, and you don't have a world-class person.
No, but the thing with that, let me explain that.
That's the only thing I will say. Your team.
But it comes back to what I said. I was thinking based on this season. There is no world-class. None of the striker them this season are going with nothing.
I think Ryan team resembles the formation that Atletico Madrid would use probably in his prime.
Correct.
Ryan try get a one love.
Here's my problem with it though. My problem with the Ryan front line is that all three of them, as I said, short here, even though Jota popped up with headers, but all three of them are left-footed. All of them. So generally they're going.
No, Jota not left-footed.
Yeah,
he's right-footed, boss.
No, the white forwards are left-footed. Jota is right-footed.
Jota is right-footed, boss. I'm gonna ask.
Check again.
And so what if the
I don't need to check again, may I tell you.
When you have 3 right-footed players in the front line, that is not a problem.
No, all right. It's just personally for me still in it. That's just me. I don't like to 3 of them up there at once. But otherwise from that, I think you're back.
And for me, like, listen, it's a mess how Rafinha went undrafted in this draft. Like, nobody no pick Rafinha.
I was contemplating between him and Mahrez, but I take Mahrez because of the creativity.
Yeah, would probably go Rafinha over Saka, even though Saka probably have more goal involvements and stuff. But just seeing creativity, I think.
Yeah, all right. So when I look at Ryan's side, right, obviously the defense is stellar, but I'm looking for an impact player. I'm looking for the game nil-all. And I want somebody to come on here and change the game. Who is a game changer, Ryan? Somebody you say, this person can just change the game for me and change my fortunes. When I play well, but just change my fortunes and get a goal. Who is that?
Foden.
I don't think Foden can do it with this team.
Let me ask a question. Produce, do me a favor. The front 3, tell me them goal contribution this season. Because I know it's high, but just give me the number.
Your front three? All right, we'll get
Jota have
into
Jota have about 13 goals or
Jota
11.
at
Yeah,
11 or 12.
I think that have 11 goal or so, or 10 goal, and a
yeah, in the
good
EPL,
amount of
11 in the EPL.
No, that's Ryan. When I said the goal contribution, well, at least I'm not saying the goal contributions is not good. But then again, when you look at the supporting cast where Jota have around him, when you look at the supporting cast where Foden have around him, and when you look at to a lesser extent the supporting cast that Saka have, preferably preferably Jota and Foden, I don't. The supporting cast that they have, I think, influences how influential they are on the team. But this little supporting cast right here, I don't think it's great enough in order to get that same output from this team. So what Jota do
You
with
mean when you
Liverpool,
say
I don't
supporting
think
cast, that's at midfield?
the two. So if you have Jota, this, so say you have Foden and Saka supporting him, and then the midfield as well with Gundogan,
They're getting
Gallagher,
goals.
and
They're
then
getting goals from Gundogan and Gallagher.
well, Gundogan as I say, on the term, say people fall off and think Gundogan has fallen off really, regress really badly.
facts.
Correct.
But
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
true.
I
No
was
problem. That's
wondering,
true.
I was wondering why you'd actually pick Gundogan because Gundogan not really playing the football right now. He's being
yes,
carried by Man City.
he's been counting the nails on the bench as well. So I'm just saying, if you're counting the nails on the bench and then you come in here, I expect a world class play.
Yeah, but you also understand something though. Well, that is true. Gundogan, I accept that. But normally when coaches are pick a midfield three, one is more attacking than the other. If you really look at it.
yeah, man.
But,
But
Ryan,
one thing you will get though, and the only thing you're gonna get are goals from Jota. You're not really get nothing else. You just get goals.
All right, so Ryan, you asked about your front line goal
Yeah, man.
contributions. Foden has 9, 6 goals and 3 assists. Saka has 11, that is 7 goals and 4 assists. And Jota, give me a quick second.
Just look for goals.
Jota
and
this
look for
season,
assists.
he has 12 goals and 1 assist, so 13 goal contribution.
So that's 13, 24, 30. So we have 33 goal contribution number front line
Yeah, about
this season.
Yeah.
Not bad.
All right, and we're going to go to the man now that says that his team is the best and all of our teams are rubbish in comparison to his. And here it is.
Yeah,
I know
that's
that
the team,
I
guys.
know
Look
for a
at
fact
this
that
team.
Kems is one person that wants to meticulously scrutinize his team. So Kems, go right in.
Kim's mute.
You're muted.
No man, no go and talk first, man. Man,
Ah,
talk
shit.
first.
No, so I have to explain it to the people. Remember, guys,
Where do you explain it?
4-2-3. It's a 4-2-3-1, guys.
Bro,
and it's being
stick up
coached.
in. Stick up in.
All right.
Kems never explained anything. Ryan never
All
explained anything.
right.
I thought that. So Shakes, do you want to criticize this team?
So first and foremost, he has a guy that all he cares about is his hairstylist and his barber. That's number one. Number two,
Stop,
number
brother.
2, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg has not been playing any form of football this season,
What?
which is why Tottenham have been so porous in leaking
Tottenham
goals.
won 9 games straight, boss. We are talking when he was influential in those 9 game stretch. We are talking about he was excellent against Manchester City
Let
last
the man
the other
meticulously
game as well.
scrutinize your team.
But him not make no sense. Pogba's goal contribution has been next level.
Demo, calm down. The same way we said Harry Kane has turned up for 2 games all season, right? You can't just jump up and say, oh, so them beat Man City. Oh, so all of a sudden the ball are just back to his best.
Which
It's
I
one
said
game.
they had a 9 game stretch that they won and he was influential in that. We are talking about.
All right.
That make no sense. And Pogba has been excellent this season.
Where?
All right, so listen. If we're going to be honest, Pogba hasn't played a lot of games. So
The man not playing no football.
No, but you can't. No, see, on you can't do this, right?
No,
Again.
Kems, listen, the reason we're doing it because Demo was on the side of the fence when we were criticizing your team about certain
What?
players.
No,
Yeah,
the man chill well. We are talking about.
No, but listen. Not because somebody do it to my side, me never do it to them. I'm just looking how I pick my team. So I'm saying when you're picking a player in a like this is a damn draft for crying out loud. Like let us not try to make it like real life, right? But when you're picking a player, you're picking the
But a
player.
draft is actually real life, sir.
This one is not. When you're picking up player, right? When
All right,
you're
hold
picking
on,
a player,
hold on, Kims. If this is not a real draft, I can end the live right now.
Exactly. Because what's the point we go through this then if
no,
if we're not
no.
going to critique the
Come on,
teams?
we're not forgetting our feelings and so. This is not like after we do the draft, and then like fantasy where next week we'll set up aside and try to get some points. We'll just talk and we'll just have some fun with the thing. But I'm saying if you're going to pick a player, you're picking that player that you've seen them this season at their absolute best. So you're gonna pick them based off that. Not off of injury history, not off of if them play 10 games or 20 games, but at their
Yeah,
best.
that's true.
Can they help my side? So some could do that. And nobody
As,
with the
as,
foolish.
as I said,
All
yeah,
right,
it's about
fine.
team.
All right,
That's
fine.
the,
All right.
that's the thing, though. All
All
of
right,
us come in the draft tonight, and we had different reasons why we picked. So you pick based on the best, and I pick based on what I see happening this season.
Exactly.
Demo pick for a different reason. So all of us had a different reason
Exactly.
why we pick. But at the end of the day,
All
we
right.
still can critique. We still can
So-
critique it.
Yeah,
However
but
we
we
want.
can
but
critique
I
talk
think
about
next
in
time, Levon,
Sense. Critique with sense, brother. Don't be
To me,
I think
biased.
next time,
team, right?
Levon, you need to set the ground rules, right, in terms of how you're going to do the draft. Because I honestly did not know that this draft was about just picking the best names on paper. Because as I know, football is not played on paper. Otherwise, Man City would have won every single trophy for the past 5 seasons.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Shades. When I don't know if you play the little draft fantasy Premier League. When you're picking your fantasy Premier League side, start of the season, who do you
And you
pick?
know
Where
what
you pick?
happens? And you know what happens when the people don't perform well? You get a low score, and you are taking out that person out of your fantasy team.
Understood. But
Thank
I'm
you.
talking
All
again.
right.
No, but don't tell me
There's
about
no
one
but.
good person
There is
perform.
no but. There's a reason you remove them
No.
because they're not performing, and this is the
Okay, but
same thing.
Why
It's a draft.
why any of this relevant to Pogba being in the team? Because I'm saying if you're critiquing Pogba, critique with sense, brother.
Yeah,
Whether
and
it
Pogba
is
has not played any football.
that's
Okay,
not
let's give
true.
let's give
that's
him
a
the 4.
lie.
Let's give him the 4 assists against Leeds.
It's not
Okay,
even
fine.
about assists. It's not even
That's
about
Exactly.
it.
assists.
We are talking
It's
about
about
assist.
impact on the game. Like if you Shakes, one thing we notice with you, if you're not like somebody, them can't do nothing right in your book. Cut the foolishness, man.
So
Pogba
hold
is a
on. So
serious
you are telling
defender.
me. So hold on. So hold on. You are telling me that I don't like Kante.
I'm sorry.
You are telling me that I don't
No,
like Kante.
remember.
I
First of
think
all,
I think we get dragged all over the place now. We're not critique. We're
hold
not
on there,
critiquing.
Ryan. No, hold on, Ryan. But let me show you how you introduce Pogba. The man who get all kind of haircut. What does that have to do with the man football play? That's absolute rubbish, man. But
Because
anyway,
he
let me talk
gets
about the
better
side.
haircuts
But
than
listen,
he
listen,
performs on the
fellas.
football at the
Listen,
club.
I'm going to exude some control right here. So listen, Shakes is critiquing the team based on how he sees fit. So you can't tell a man not to critique the team as how he sees
Of
it.
course
So
we can.
you cannot.
No, I
I
think
know,
we
I
can.
know
I
him
think we
alone.
can.
I
I
know
think
him
we
You
should.
know
alone.
what?
We're
That
doing
is
a
his
professional
opinion.
team, brother.
No,
We're doing a
Levon, you have to set
professional team.
some parameters of it. You
Because if
cannot
me
talk
they come
about
here and say, if
haircut
me they come
and
here and say, oh, somebody ball a party last night and me not rate him because of that. That don't mean I'm not good at
I can
football.
use your guys' own argument, kill you. You guys said we are doing it for the fun. So why are you guys getting uptight about it?
Yo, them man are great. Them man are brilliant. Them man open at them feelings.
no one is in their
Y'all
feelings,
are
but they come
crazy.
here.
No,
You
but
are
you
you
have to have
come here
fun
with
with
this.
control.
Though. Let's focus on the team. So
Here, man.
Shakes,
But for that team
you
here.
finish?
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about anybody's team, because I don't want a man to start
All
wear
right.
pants
Alright,
on
let
the
me
show.
go on Demo team, right? I think Demo team
But
is
shit, you can critique a critique,
I think Demo team is fairly
No, I'm good.
balanced, right? I see where he was trying. I see what he's trying to do. It seems to me that he's working with a particular formation, and then he used some players within the league that best suit it. That are basically performing the season within that particular role,
All right.
right? But the problem I have with the team is that there are a few players on the team that are very inconsistent in terms of their play throughout the season. It has a lot of inconsistency with players. Like, for example, Shakes mentioned one again, the hairstyle is Pogba. Inconsistent. There's no doubt about it. 2, Saint Maximo, inconsistent.
Cool.
3, give me the same one from Spurs. Inconsistent.
Ibeer.
Yeah, Ibeer. Inconsistent player. And
So this is
I don't know what's going there, but it's a fairly balanced team. It seems to be like it's going according to a particular formation.
Okay.
so this is my thing for this team. When I'm looking, he has his right back. I think his right back and his left back. I think those are backups, if I'm not mistaken.
No, man, Tommy says first choice.
Tommy says
he has
first
been
choice.
injured for a minute.
Okay, all right. So Tommy, I think for me, he went into the side. He is playing some really good football. Kilman, of course, we know he's exceptional. VVD, but Tsimikas, I don't know. Tsimikas plays good, but I think he's a second choice. So that would be my little circle right there. Pogba, I think Pogba is exceptional. But again, when you're going to match Pogba with somebody, but again, we can look at it and we can say, shoot, if Pogba can play with McTominay and Pogba can play with Fred, then Pogba must can play with this guy Bodberg. So I'll say, okay, and that's no problem. But then when I look at the Buendia now, obviously Aston Villa guy, he has been really, really, really good this season. I remember Levon spoke about him yesterday, and the Demo introduced him, say, yeah, I think he has the most assists or something like that. Something like that. True pass, yes. But then now, up top now, St. Max, Salah, and Dennis. I agree with the producer when he say St. Max is inconsistent, but when you look at it, I think he has a lot of flair. He has a lot of flair, and he does a lot of stuff that can cause defenders trouble. Dennis has been great this season. He knows how to find the back of the net, and obviously we know what Salah do. So I think this is, as just say, I think it's a balanced team. I think in order to be a championship team, though, they probably need one or two pieces change out. But this team, I think, is a balanced team.
I agree.
Nothing else from you guys on it?
I agree as well. But okay. them pick Robertson, and you have to go with a backup.
Okay. So next
it's just St. Max at the front line that give me a beating. That's it.
And next up is Shake's team. Let's hear the critiques.
Can I start?
Of course, anybody.
All right. At first, Bernardo Silva, not a number 10. Dawson is a average defender who basically just come in the team because of injuries. I ignore unproven but decent. Decent, not special. Bowen is having a good season. Sterling is having a good season.
Stick up in. All right. So I
watch Nuri.
Give me the left backs in the league this season that has been better than I know.
You haven't watched Nuri.
Cancelo plays as left back. Yeah. Okay. And he plays as wing back, as a matter of fact. But anyway, Cancelo has been better. Chilwell before he got injured. Robertson.
Tsimikas.
Them the three that come off on top of my head.
Criswell.
Hold on there. My dude that we're going to Villa now. He was playing well before him and Rafa fell out. Luka Dean.
Never played much under Rafa, to be honest. Luka Dean.
Jeez, what a peak.
I'm not picking over Chelsea, but yeah.
Criswell as well, yeah.
Okay.
Even though I don't really like him as a player, but he has been solid.
Right.
You guys are only picking names and not actually watching.
No, you asked about this season.
This season. Well, if you pick Dawson, there is no way you can tell me that Dawson is a staple around here. So if I want somebody to come and score in the 89th, 90th minute, then I put Dawson on the pitch. But Dawson cannot be my star.
Yeah, but guess what? You see why Dawson ended up in my team, is that all the defenders were gone. I'm not going for an appliance in my defense. I'm not going for
Varane.
I'm not. No, you see, but picking Varane is just picking a name, and that's the problem. I'm not picking a name. Varane ain't good.
Matip went undrafted.
Who?
No, Matip is in Shake's team.
Matip is in my team.
Oh.
It was between Craig Dawson and Joe Gomez based on all the names that were there.
What happened to Tarkowski? What happened to Tarkowski?
You had Webster, Tarkowski. Let me look at my thing. You have Webster undrafted. You have Mark Guay undrafted.
Those way better than Dawson. I don't know why you're
And those are better. There have been Mark Guay and Webster have been way better than Dawson.
Way better. Dawson scored a little hand goal and you jump up then, all right. But apart from that, Dawson don't fit this team right here. Reece James, I like that.
You are telling me that Dawson don't fit this team? Why not?
As I said, to be a strong centre back pairing, I don't like Dawson.
No, for real. I mean, especially how this backline would play. It would be a progressive backline because Reece James and I know you have fly gone up so. Matip is good on the ball. Dawson, I'm not so sure.
Dawson is a question mark for me, and if you have a question mark, then clearly something need to change. All right, let us move from this now. Because we're Declan Rice. I'll give you a Declan Rice.
You don't have a choice.
My thing bites, so I'm not going to say nothing about Declan Rice. My thing bites. But Tielemans,
Inconsistent.
very inconsistent, very inconsistent, and
you guys actually think that Tielemans is inconsistent, or the Leicester team is inconsistent? Tielemans is a class player. You guys have not watched.
What do you mean?
Stick up in though. You see, even though he has been the best player, if we're going to be really honest, he has been inconsistent because even in games that he has played well. You could have seen a lot of inconsistencies that I didn't saw in his game last season.
So let me ask you this simple question, Levon. Tielemans versus KDB this season, who has been the better player?
Give me Tielemans.
Thank you. All right, continue.
Simple. You what though, Kems and Demon? I hear you guys talking about Dawson and all of that, but it's based on the team that Sheikh selected. You know that Rice could actually cover for both Dawson and Matip whenever they go forward. He has Tielemans that can play the box-to-box run, so Declan Rice can fill right into a back three easily and cover for those players.
But I realize with Shakes.
Remember when Declan Rice came in the league, he came in as a centre back. He played in a back four, so he can also play CB.
All right, then when I look at
6 players that is actually on form. Right? And
thank you, producer.
Sterling on form, Bernard on form, Declan Rice.
Everybody have people who on form in them team. I'm gonna get it.
Most of his players are
not 6
for the season.
Everybody who pick them team have players who are on form.
Yeah, man, 1 or 2.
Currently on form. I think his team has most players that are on form.
Another thing though.
Who on form is it?
6 players out of Sheikh.
6 players I don't.
On form. Reece James before he got.
No, Declan Rice.
You said currently. No, you said currently. No, you can't use that, producer. Come on, because if you said for the season.
All right. So the course of the season, 90% of the season he has been on form.
Yep.
All right. Let me tell you.
The other thing though is the Mane situation. Me kind of iffy with Mane as a striker.
Yeah, but there was nobody. The thing is, there was nobody left. Who?
Daka.
Daka
been scoring goals.
You mad?
Daka. I mean, if you're picking Dennis, you can pick Daka. If Dennis can get picked, Daka can get picked. I think Daka has more goals than Dennis.
Let me ask you guys, who is the second leading goal scorer in the EPL?
Vardy.
Jota. Jota.
Jota plus Vardy.
Who is third?
Vardy.
Who is fourth?
I think a Dennis with 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think a Dennis with 8.
So I wanna leave out Mane.
Hold on. So Sterling. As we're Sterling.
Yes, Sterling has 8.
No, you have Mane as a striker. That's the thing. That's the only thing I'm saying.
No.
I'm not saying anything.
All right, listen. All right, Shakes, it's your team, so you go ahead and say who you're using as a striker.
I'm using Mane.
Okay.
Not gonna work.
So this is my thing. So
hold on. You are telling me that Amanda scored 9 goals this season, right? And that is in the top 5 in the EPL. It's not going to work.
Sterling plays striker this season more than Mane.
Yeah,
that's why
I think Shakes would have gone for Sterling. I think Shakes
know that.
Why wouldn't I know that?
Shakes, that's why I asked the question of Shakes that.
But if you knew that you're not put Mane as striker,
I am put. Hold on, it's my team. When you can't tell me where to put the ball.
Oh,
On my
yeah,
team.
we can critique. We can.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm saying this as a Liverpool fan, brother. Sadio Mane as a striker does not work. I'm not ask you. That's why when Jota come, him just come and take that place. So you play Firmino there. Even actually Chamberlain them try as a false nine rather than doing Mane as that. Mane did that for the game the other day, and sure he scored, but that's when we went to a 4-2-4 formation. So it doesn't work as a forward.
All right, y'all finished critiquing.
Yeah, I think this side is okay. Okay.
All right, Shakes, you're good at everything? Sure, it's all right.
Michelle is asking who was Sheikh's coach.
Oh, Bruno Lag.
Oh, okay.
Top coach in the league right now.
And then the final team. You can go ahead and critique any one of you.
No, sir. So they're rough, brother. Yeah, Bruno will give it the ball.
Me just saying Cresswell is a drop off, a big drop off from Trent. Cause I don't know how them going to coexist unless you want Cresswell one sit and one go. I don't know if you're playing them stagger. Salisu has been decent, but not a real beater, but been decent.
Hold on, stick up in, man. I hear you guys created a whole lot of nice one. Max Killman say if you created nice over Killman, Salisu has been way better than Killman. So I don't know.
He hasn't been way better. No.
You want me to draw for the statistics to prove it? I can
Brethren, Southampton come on and more pressure than
yeah, but which statistics if I go use?
Defensive statistics, that's what they use for defenders.
If your team get more pressure, I don't understand how that go work.
What do you mean by?
Southampton get a lot of pressure from teams in terms of chances created.
Yeah, because Southampton doesn't have a midfield. Otherwise, I'm running you that.
But you're giving me reasons why.
You can't use the stats if you're going to test stats, you can't use it on into that. But anyway, I just Cresswell in terms of who we have at right back is a drop off.
I think
good midfield. Bruno.
Hold on, what you say, Ryan? You say Cresswell is a drop off?
He's not a drop off.
From Trent.
Oh, from Trent. He's comparing both.
From Trent.
From Trent.
Because
just a while ago, when Levon asked you to list the players, you called Cresswell as the third best left back in the league.
Yeah, but I'm comparing him now to Trent. I also said that unless it is that Levon wants his right back to fly and his left back to not fly, unless he's playing them staggered. You know, you have coaches who play wing back staggered. So unless he's doing that, then I'll understand.
All right. So Levon, that's a quick question. What formation?
Bruno not even his greatest season.
4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Yeah.
All right.
Bruno not. Well, I'm not done. Bruno not having greatest season right now. You know, I'm gonna give her the ball a lot. Broha going on well, but just
hold on, producer.
That we coach Pep is like what give away.
Remember who's my coach?
Who's the coach?
Pep is the coach of my team.
Who's your coach?
Pep.
Pep. Yeah.
So that means Bruno now give her the ball because Pep is the coach.
All right. When I look at Man City, when that midfield gives away the ball a lot.
I know Sancho just come back on form. So.
When you look at Man City, who on Man City tried to pass the ball like Bruno? Nobody. Bruno tried to some little thing sometimes.
Again, Kims, you're not listening. If Pep is the one.
By the way, which Sancho is a pick? Is this BVB Sancho or Manu Sancho?
Sancho and bro. This is madness. Sancho just have like 5 good games to Manu. I don't know who made the team there. And
all right, Levon, let me help you out. The man them say, Sancho only have 5 good games. Harry Kane has had 2 good games all season. So what's the difference?
Harry Kane has
KDB.
What are you talking about, bro?
Like you just have trust.
Harry Kane
things out of your mouth. Like Harry Kane don't have 2 good games.
Harry Kane has had 2 good games all season.
They're going to pick Tielemans over KDB.
No man, Kane has had more than 2 good games. Kane has had games when play good and score.
A lot of games they play.
One of us looking at the box score and say, "Oh, did Kane score? Did Kane assist? All right, the game is bad." Kane has had some really good games.
Yo, the excuse all season from the media outlets have been Kane.
He's not scoring.
He has been down because he has been focusing on the failed move to Man City. Seriously, come on, man.
That's what they've been talking about, the scoring. That's it. Not his play, the scoring.
Levan, don't make him miss your ball here.
Anyway, we
I have to leave now.
Shakes.
So,
This is critiquing, and I don't mind because all the guys can say whatever they have to say. It comes down to the votes. Let the votes talk.
Yep.
All right, Ryan, look more. All right, so I look at this Mahrez. I like Mahrez. Broja, like Broja. Broja not no world beater, not nobody up there would never say all right then, but he is decent. Sancho, definitely, since January he has been playing some really good football with time, so I don't really have a problem with Sancho, right then. Based on the picks that were available that were left, probably Sancho is one of the best choices they could have out there. Again, I'm looking at Bruno, and I'm looking at Mason Mount. I mean, Mason Mount has been good when he plays, but I'm just looking at this team and I'm looking where does Mason Mount fit with Bruno. I don't like that combination.
It's a 4-3-3 formation, bro. So Fabinho will be the one sitting, and then those two will be playing up and down.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't like the fit between Bruno and Mount. I don't think there's cohesion there. That's just me just thinking how they play. I don't think there's.
All right, so listen, Kems. I pick this team based on who the coach is.
Mm-hmm.
So Pep is the coach of the team. Both of them will coexist in that midfield.
Fabinho will have a lot of defensive work to do this because Mount and Bruno are really that.
Bro,
defensive.
don't worry about that. Fabinho. All right, look at City. Who does all the defensive work in that midfield?
Yeah, Rodri.
Exactly. So Fabinho will be the one that will do all that dirty work, and you can't tell me that Rodri is.
But then when you look at City team in 11, there is no Mount and Bruno there for the Rodri and the defending. I think there is better class players there than Mount and Bruno. So I think the example that you give kind of off. But
name them.
If Kem's looking to it keenly, especially
hold on, no producer.
Shakes, you can't ask me no question, boss.
No, man. No. You know why I asked that? Because you said something earlier, and all of a sudden you are saying that the Man City, the Man City players are class. Yet still, when we listed the Man City players, you throw cold water on them. So that's why I'm asking.
All right then. Producer, what you say?
Yeah, I was saying that whenever Chelsea plays City, right?
Yeah.
In the league, or from last season, if you're going on class, because clearly, if you're talking about Man City class players like this, you're basically talking about last season performance in that regard, right?
Yeah.
So Mason Mount, whenever they come against Man City, Mason Mount has stand out for Chelsea, right? You would believe that he's a City player, based on the fact that he does everything well for Chelsea, and that always gives Chelsea over the edge over City, especially the Champions League finals as well.
But here's what producer. Here's what I said to Kems. Kems is talking about Bruno and Mount, that City doesn't have anybody that give out the ball like them and all of those things. So what I'll say to Kems is that because of who is coaching the team, Bruno and Mount will look superb. I said that. Ruben Diaz is a prime example. Whenever that man leaves out of City team and goes for Portugal, bang on average footballer.
Ordinary footballer.
And I also think that Sterling usually give away the ball a lot until Pep start coaching him as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, but my thing is not.
Coaches players very, very, very well.
Hold on. My thing is not about keeping the ball and holding on to the ball. I am saying when you are not in possession of the ball, Fabinho is going to have a lot of work to do because of Mount and Bruno. Because when Fabinho plays with Oxley, Chamberlain, and Naby Keita in that midfield three, trust me, him look very ordinary because people just bypass the midfield in Liverpool because they're not as defensively sound. So that's why you want a Henderson with a Fabinho or a Thiago with a Fabinho because he help him out.
Remember that Pep is the coach. Pep only use one, and it's Rodri. So the others
that's
don't.
Why
really
Fabinho going to look away with Mount and Bruno. They're very attack-minded. That's all I'm saying.
Trust me, you won't. But that's it for you guys critiquing the team.
Yeah, for me, Broja and Sancho, it kind of...
Broja is the one of circle Broja and Bruno. Sancho,
right.
Sancho.
All right, so listen, in regards to my striker, just like Shakes at the last part, that he was nitpicking as to who to choose such striker. I didn't really have anybody to pick, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to throw Broja in. So it was it was a toss up between Broja and Vardy. I decided to go with Broja based on the form that he's in.
Should I use Ivan Tony, brother?
No, brother, I don't want Tony in my team, man. I'll up to you, man. But anything else from you guys in regards to the draft?
No, sir.
Nah, the only thing is just a lot of undrafted players. I'm shocked. The Rafinhas, no Jack Grealish, and some other undrafted players. But
Ramsdale is the only one that I was surprised.
Ramsdale went undrafted to it. Mad, it's mad. But yeah, man, a good show.
Do a European job.
But why would you be surprised that Jack Grealish is undrafted?
I mean, if you can draft Sancho, you can draft Jack Grealish. Just so we see.
But you'd just be picking based on a name and not performance.
No, Jack Grealish has been decent. It's not goals and assists. But I think Levon read the stats in terms of Jack Grealish, in terms of creative forward passes and stuff. So he's right up there in the league.
It's funny. We had 5 people on the show, and none of us thought about Jack Grealish.
Yeah, that's fine. But man, if you can,
right? So it means that if you got 100 people, it's very likely that none of us would really consider Jack Grealish high up.
But you could also consider Lukaku as a striker.
You're mad.
I'd use him as a centre back. But Devin, if I say Devin vote for the person that I'm going to DQ your vote. We're not voting for who we're voting based on the teams and the quality that we selected. So hear what? I saw that this draft was kind of on the controversial side, and it kept the fans in tune, and it kept us as analysts on the edge of our seat. So hear what? Soon and very soon, we're going to name a European 11. Another draft will be on the horizon very soon, and that's a European 11. So
wait, European all-time 11? Like
no, current players.
We're going to have rules for that. So 11
yeah, we're going
to set the ground rules.
Yeah, we're going to.
We need an all-time 11. Let me see who know them football.
No, man, when I go at all-time, will soon come forward, but not yet.
This season.
All-time, I'm sitting out all-time.
We know, Kens. We know. Can you just start watch football? We know.
That's all right. That's okay. I want you to mean I'm not shame, brother. I'm talk my truth, brother. I'm
Me know.
going to say we sit out the level. All-time 11, boss.
But you could have research.
Kim, listen, you're going to be a part of any football draft that takes place on this show. You're here in every football show, so you will be here.
Guess what? You could pick a striker. Ole. He'll win you the game.
All right, what we'll say is that Chelsea got a 2-0 victory today in Champions League. Once again, a man that I was probably contemplating to choose over Broja. Kai Havertz, he was the one that scored first goal for them, and then they got a second, got the win. Lille just not good enough. And Dusan Vlahovic, 32 seconds into his Champions League debut, this guy scored, and they compare him to one Erling Haaland. But personally for me, Erling Haaland is a monster. Vlahovic is also a monster, but well, let me rephrase. Haaland is an alien, while Vlahovic is a monster.
There'll be a toss-up between Vlahovic and Lewandowski, Haaland for this season here.
No, brother.
Who will
Mbappe has been the man.
For what? Josh?
European 11.
European 11.
Okay.
For strikers. You guys have a lot of strikers.
Yeah, definitely you can keep Haaland. I don't need it.
But Villarreal bounced back and they got an equalizer. The tie is tied right now at 1-1, and I'm sure that they're looking forward to the rest of that. Just go ahead and give you guys a minute each to talk about anything sports related that you want to talk about, like the Jackson, the Shandy, whatever it is. Anyone of you can pick it up first.
I'll go. Elaine got beaten today. A lot of persons jumping up and down for the 60 meters. You guys have to understand it's just a blasted 60-meter run. Like that's just how it is. I mean, I'm sure she's a bit disappointed because she was talking about that she wanted to go under 7 seconds, but hey, the start that she got, she's not with MVP anymore, working on those block starts. So, and Ozzy need to get her back in the blocks because she started really poor and she came on, in the latter stages, but it was just too much. It was just too much for her. So, and your girl Levon, thinkable, ran a 50-point I just can't wait till the EPL is over and basketball is over and we can focus on the track and field because I will, Shakes, I don't know if you're serious, but I already buy my ticket and all my tickets for World Championships. So World Championships, big thing coming up July 15 to 24th. I wish everybody in the comment section could come. I think it's going to be really exceptional. But yeah, that's really and truly my minute.
It's a Shakes, you'll be there.
I'm trying to be.
Okay, go ahead, Shakes.
Too busy.
Boy, a minute. What should I say? Disappointment with the West Indies. I really expected them to win at least one game. However, I would say it was a decent performance based on what transpired in the World Cup. So if I was grading them, I would give them between a 6.5 to 7 against that India team, right? But they have the right platform to go forward and do well in terms of with this new makeup. They just need to get the selection or selections right. But in particular, when it comes on to the batting, they need to get the selection right for position 3 and also for position 4, right? If we can get 2 persons that perform consistently, I believe that we definitely won't drop out of the first round. We can make it to at least the semi-finals.
Okay. And Devin in the comment section asking, what about an NBA draft? That is on The Voice. So The Voice, how do you respond to Sir Devin? Right.
Oh, sure.
The Voice.
Devin, so you want to do an NBA draft, Devin? You want to test the NBA talent? All right. We'll do an NBA draft on Saturday, boss. Since you asked for it. I wasn't planning for it, but since you asked for it, I planned for it, and you're going to name a starting 5 and also a bench 5 as well. And then we'll
coach as well?
from there, so. I'll coach too.
All right.
So I'm going to
finish up him. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, yeah, I'm going to get some of the big hitters to come through on Saturday. And let's see who really know the basketball and who don't.
Okay. All right. Dima, go ahead with that minute.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about no cricket because them people in the comments I kind of get out of hand now. So I forgot to mention, I wanted to give massive shout out to Ja Morant for making his first All-Star game. It was coming, I'm glad that people are giving him the respect that he deserves, having a stellar season, and I hope that he goes on to be one of those in that top 100. When they present the 75 the other night, he was there, making speech and all of that. So people clearly seen him as a top talent. So shout out to Ja Morant. And like I said, I now mentioned this Pollard thing, but the West Indies selected their test team and the President's 11. We're going to talk about that and more on Thursday. But big up yourself, JC, John Campbell. Again, he was here on this show, Sports Frenzy. So if you never watched that, go and watch it again. So he's back in the test team. And we look forward to seeing him perform well for the West Indies going forward. And my boy, he listened to the man say he was working hard on his game and he felt kind of down about, not being selected. I'm just tell the man, say, listen, just pack your bags because Kieran Powell not gonna last long. And him laugh. But, I was proved right and he's back in the team. So just hope for the best for John Campbell moving forward and for West Indies. I don't know what happened to Raheem Cornwall. Must be injured or something, but he's not in the President's 11 and he's not in the test team. And also there's no Rastan Chase in the test team. So boy, a lot to talk about on Thursday, and we'll see how it goes suit up against England.
Okay, then I'll take 30 seconds to say, guys, when I post the teams to vote for, ensure that you vote for High because I have the best team. I'm just kidding. Vote for everybody that you think. Vote for anyone that you think has selected the best 11. So I believe the team will be up on the YouTube page tomorrow, and it'll also be on the Facebook page tomorrow as well. So you guys can start casting your votes. And producer Friday will announce the winner, right?
Yeah.
All right, on Friday show we'll announce the winner of it. So look forward to that. And thanks to all of you that has tuned in from minute 1 till 1 hour and around 40 minutes by now. Big up to everybody, and thanks to Kims, thanks to Shakes, thanks to Dima, thanks to Ren who's here, and thanks to our producer who makes this possible. And to all you in the comment section, those behind the phone screen, the computer screen, tablet screen that don't comment, big up on yourself same way.
Vote for B.
Until tomorrow, stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of your night.